And hopefully, hello, we are live. Knock, knock, knock. Everybody wake up. It is Superwoman time, Thursday night, every Thursday at 10 p.m. We get to hang and share with you our goodies, our secrets, a peek inside of our awesome toolbox. And tonight is going to be awesome. I don't want to take up too much time because we have a full house of crazy goodness to share with you today. But everybody always asks us, how do you guys create such awesome graphics? Like, do I have a graphics team on standby? Well, kind of with these ladies, but we are just, most of us are self-taught. We've figured stuff out, and as we figure it out, we want to share it with you because we want to make your life a little bit easier. And on social media, it is all about the graphics. If you can capture someone's attention when they are scrolling through their Facebook feed and they somehow stop on your picture, look at, I was working on a graphic of me until, oh, you can't really see it, but and they stop on your picture, that's how you make money. So if people are just scrolling past your newsfeed, then you're not making a whole lot of money. You're probably not building a relationship, and you're probably not getting a lot of results on social media. So we want to change that. So I want to introduce you to my incredible crew here. This is just a few of our graphics posse who put together all the awesome graphics for the Superwoman, for our teleseminars, for our Hangouts, for our banners, for our Facebook group, for our website. All of it is created in-house by our amazing Superwomen. So I want to, first of all, I'm going to bring out Cassidy because she's one of those people that if you ask her if something's done and it's been done like yesterday. I asked her today, I'm like, hey, is everything all set for the call? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm like, I didn't even need to ask. She's just one of those people that is on top of it. And I know that a lot of the things that she's teaching you here, she figured them out on her own. You know, it was like, okay, how the heck do I do this? I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to master it. She didn't hound somebody. She didn't bug somebody for the answers. No, she just used her superpower, which is Google, typed it in, and taught herself how to do it. And it wasn't always good at first. It never is. But the more that you do it, the better that you get. So I want to bring out Cassidy and share some of her tips on some of the awesome graphics she's created. You can see lots of Cassidy's graphics in our albums in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, make sure you click the button and get in the Facebook group. But yeah, I'm going to pass it over to you, Cassidy, and you can take it away for our first segment.
Okay, totes. I'm excited. All right, so let me think here. Yes, graphics. How, it was funny. I have always kind of been artsy, fiddling with stuff. I used to draw, I used to do watercolors, I used to do all sorts of stuff. And so when I got online, I didn't really do graphics until I started marketing. And I started with a strategy. I was doing Craigslist ads, and I needed to create some graphics. And I was like, how am I going to create these graphics? So yes, like Layla said, Google is your best asset, you guys. If you ever need to find anything, I know that maybe it's not the first thing that comes to your head, but for the love of Pete, use Google and YouTube for absolutely everything. I mean, if you're creating content that people can find, you're going to find content that you need as well. So get out there and definitely use YouTube and use Google. So last week, one thing I want to bring up on our training was Kat talked about opening a file and compiling content. Do you remember her talking about that? Okay. So I am always out there stockpiling images that I can fiddle with and just manipulate and kind of create my own thing. So before I get started, there are two things that I'm going to teach you tonight. I don't know how many times I've been asked by the leadership in the Superwoman and other people, does anybody have a Superwoman logo without a background? And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that, how to create a PNG, and so that you will never have that problem again. And then I'm going to show you, and I'm going to use Pixlr, and I'm going to use PicMonkey. So I'm just going to show you a few things that I've done that I've been able to create utilizing these two apps, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. Okie doke. So let me see here where I'm at. So here are some things that I've been able to create utilizing PicMonkey and Pixlr. Okay, so this is an Empower Hour promo. And this was our boot camp. And so I'll show you exactly how to do this. It's super easy, and you'll notice that the more you fiddle with it, the better it is and the easier it gets. So with that being said, I'm going to take you over to Pixlr. Okay. So Pixlr there's an app on your phone that you can utilize, and there is Pixlr.com. So there's a membership. I don't know anything about that. I don't pay for it. I don't really think I need to because I have everything I need. So how to create a PNG. So what is the PNG? A PNG just means you have an image with a transparent background. So I'm going to launch this happy little app here. And I'm going to open my Superwoman logo. Okay. Here it is. Okay, see, here's our logo for the Superwoman connection, right? So here's one thing I want you guys to realize is that the best way to do this is if you have like a white image on a black background or a black image on a white background, and I'll show you why. So you're going to come over here and you're going to unlock this. Otherwise, it's not going to let you do anything. So if you are familiar with Photoshop, it's the same dealio. You're going to go over here to this little wand tool. You're going to click it. And then you're going to click the white background. And it is going to completely, see how it's got everything outlined there? So the more, pardon my French, crap you have in the background, the more you're going to have to clean it up, and you're going to have to do this multiple times. So it's a lot easier to find an image that you want with this type of a background. So go to Edit and Clear. And see you've got the checkers in the background. You want that. And then you're going to go to File, and you're going to save the image. And once you're here, see how this says JPEG? If you save it as a JPEG, it will not have a transparent background. So you want to click right here, and you want to go PNG Transparent Full Quality. Click it, hit OK. Save it. And there you go. Okay, so that is how you create a PNG. And then I'll take you over to PicMonkey a little later and show you how to use that. But I want to show you some different things about Pixlr that I like. So there's this editor here, which is, you can only use this on your computer, the editor. But what you can use on your phone is hopefully it'll is Pixlr Express. Okay, you can create collages with this. I mean, you're gonna love it. It's absolutely awesome. And I'll kind of show you the ins and outs of that. So let's see here. You can browse, do your webcam collage, open a URL from a different thing. I'm going to browse through my images and see if I can find something that I can kind of fiddle with and show you some of the things that you can do with this. And I love it because I can do it on my phone if I need to manipulate things on the fly real quick. There it is. Let me find, I have a template here somewhere. Da-da-da. Okay, just going to open this up. Okay, so this is a template that I had made with PicMonkey. And here in Adjustments, you'll see you've got Brighten, Crop, Resize, Airbrush, Autofix, Contrast, Blur, Effects. Effects are cool, so you can have like vintage. So kind of like the filters that you see on Instagram. Okay, I like that because that looks cool. And then text. Text is really awesome. Tons of different fonts here. So then just type in, what's up, yo? And then you can change colors. You can do, so just change your colors, apply. And then, you know, you can layer from that. If you ever get in a bind, undo is your favorite thing. There's different borders that you can do. I mean, there's just all sorts of stuff that you can do with it. This part of Pixlr you're able to use on your cell phone as a mobile app. And like I said, you know, just keep fiddling with stuff for sure. Collages are cool. A lot of us do collages, and so it's kind of cool to just be able to fiddle with that all in one place on your phone. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over to PicMonkey. PicMonkey is my other favorite thing because there's so many things that you can do for it. So this is an image that I did yesterday for someone's fan page. My home skillet, Melissa, shout out to her. She's doing awesome. And so I want to talk about content for a little bit. If you're creating content, it's super important that you figure out a way to make it engaging. The more that I took a look at this, I kind of critiqued my own work. I have a lot of stuff here, like here's her fan page, here's her website, right? And I don't know how you guys feel, ladies chime in, but if you want other people to share your stuff, maybe leave this stuff out. I mean, it's going to be on your fan page and your Facebook anyways, but the reason that I created this image was because I found this image here, substitutes for one egg. And I know she sells health and wellness products. I know that there's recipes from her company there. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could find a way to tie this in with what you're selling? So content that grabs you. There's obviously a market for people out there with, you know, who are selling health and wellness, and people want to be healthy, so why not get them engaged and asking them questions like, what's your favorite healthy egg substitute? And then give them a recipe and have them, you know, swap out that. So that's kind of what I did there. And so I'm going to kind of take you into how to create something of this nature. So let me get rid of all these here and open. Oh, it already is open over here. Okay, so this is what PicMonkey, when you first go to, is going to look like. So I have a background, a purple background, that I had already gotten on Google. That's not the purple background I wanted, but we'll go with it. Okay, and so let's see. The awesome thing about PicMonkey is look at all these things that you can fiddle with. You've got cropping, you've got rotate, exposure, color, sharpen, resize. If you are creating a Facebook cover, go to resize. You want to click off keep portions, but universally it is always going to be 851 by 315, and then just apply it, and then fiddle it from there. And you know that when you save it and you take it over to your fan page or your Facebook and you go to upload it, it's going to be the right size. So from there, let's look at how to add your PNG that you just created. Okay? So I'm in overlays, the little butterfly here. Hit your own, and then you can just bop over, grab your PNG that you just created, and I want to show you, hopefully it'll kind of pop up here, but see how right here it's black? That's how you're going to know that it is transparent. Otherwise, it would be white. So if you missed a step or you forgot to save it and you go all the way over to PicMonkey to put in your PNG and you notice that it's not black, you got to go back and redo it. So hit open. And then you can just kind of fiddle with it however you like. And so that's how you're going to upload your own PNG. I've done this with, you know, Marvel characters. I've done this with absolutely pretty much anything that I wanted. I simply went to Google. I typed in the image that I wanted. Like, I think there was a book we were reading and it was said turbocharge something, and I just typed in turbocharge and I got this leaf blower, right? So I made a PNG out of it. So it's super, super easy to do, and it's something that you will, once you start fiddling with, you'll be super happy with. So I'm going to undo that because I want to show you some other things. So textures are way cool. Un momento. Okay, well that's not what I wanted. Okay, so some of these features you have to pay for. These little things here with the little crowns you have to pay for. But look at some of the things that you can do, you know, with it. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can do. And, you know, you can up the saturation. You can up, you know, do the fade. I mean, you can do all sorts of things, and there's all different ones here. Here's one I always kind of like. And, you know, I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with it. So, like I always from start, I always find a background for whatever color I'm looking for. I just go to Google, I type in the color I'm looking for, and I type in backgrounds, and then I just steal that image, and then that's kind of my canvas where I start with. So I've showed you the overlay, and I've showed you all these little things. Borders. Different borders that you can do, different colors. Dun, da, da, da. And text. I really like their fonts, but I also like the fonts on Pixlr. So if you're not liking what you're seeing here, if it's not something that you want, head over to Pixlr and see if it's something that you can fiddle with. Let's see. I don't really like that color. And then mess with the size. Super Roman Rockio. So that's pretty much, it's so easy to just kind of fiddle with it. But these two things will never lead you wrong. You will always be able to resize, overlay, do anything. Between Pixlr and PixMonkey, you will be able to get what you need. I'm going to unshare my screen here.
Can I chime in for a second?
Yes, absolutely.
But it's okay. I just wanted to show them how you can save. Also, what's nice about PicMonkey and Pixlr probably too is that you can save the files and as different resolutions. So if something, if you want to upload something quicker, you can have it as a lower resolution. And then also, and it's got some cute little, there's like 3 different levels of resolution, and then there's also sizing again. So you can, when you download it and then it becomes a file and it's in your downloads, and I'm going to talk a little bit about organization, but it's easy to create those images and then bring them back in, and fiddle with them more and use them as overlays and stuff. Mm-hmm. So those are really good programs.
Absolutely, and I know Cheryl has more information on PicMonkey too. She uses a lot. So these things that we use to create these images, I mean, just get out and go to Google and start finding what you want. I mean, the more you fiddle with it, the better you're going to get. If you didn't write it down for Facebook, the dimensions 851 by 315, that'll always, that. Once I get that in, I know I can start going with it. So that's kind of all I've got for you, lovelies. That's how I do my graphics, and the more I fiddle with them, the better I get. And sometimes I make them, and I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? But it always pans out. So that's all I've got for you, lovely.
Awesome. That was amazing. And it's something that I have racked my brain over a ton of times, and usually I just get Toby to do it because I didn't know how to do it before. And I'm like, can you make this see-through? That's my terminology. Can you make it see-through for me? And he does it. But now I can take that on myself. I can do it myself. Awesome training.
It's super easy to do that. I know I was, when I first found, I really struggled with it at first. I was like, I just don't get it. And the one thing that always tripped me up was I forgot to unlock that little background. So if you're starting to fiddle with stuff and you're like, I'm hitting this tool and nothing's happening, make sure that that little background is unlocked. Just double click it and then you'll be free to layer and do whatever you need to do with it. So, yeah.
I know, you did that so fast. Okay, so I've got a secret couple of apps too that I want to share with you, but I don't know. Okay, mine are going to be at the end, and if we don't have time, then we're going to send it out as a bonus for everybody that does their assignment. But let's bring out Cheryl. Let's keep the ball rolling, because I know that you guys you're eager and you're like sponges right now. You just want to soak it all in. So let's keep going here. Cheryl, you're up, girl.
I'm up. What up, y'all? This is Cheryl Samet. How are y'all doing? So I love playing with graphics. If you go to my Facebook wall, I'm always going to have some sort of quote with some funky font and some sort of cool picture with it. And just like the rest of the ladies here, I'm self-taught as far as the graphics on the computer. I've tried the Adobe Elements for my photography business, and I've let that go, so I rely solely on the tools that we're using tonight to do my graphics. And I'm excited to share with you one of my favorite ones that's called Canva.com, Canva.com. And I'm going to share my screen. There we go. And I am screen sharing the homepage of Canva.com. And what's really cool about this one, you do create an account, so you can see my name up here in the top right. It gives you these kind of default sizes for all of these different types of graphics. So here's your Facebook cover, and oh, look, Cassidy, here's the 851 by 315. And and then it gives you a Facebook post graphic size template all the way over here. Like, we're going to stay talking about Facebook ads for your desktop news feed, and your Facebook app graphics are there too. So you can pick any of these things. I mean, there's Google+, Pinterest, like if you're creating a Pinterest graphic, Twitter header, all these things, super easy to just go in here, click the thing you're looking for, click the thing you want to do, and get designing, get going. I'm going to go into my saved Facebook post graphics here. And you can see here's the graphic that we used for the promo in this Hangout tonight. Right here, it was created in Canva.com. And I did a couple iterations. That's what's really nice about when you create something in Canva, you can duplicate it and, you know, fiddle with the background colors, the different logo graphics, and all the other different little colors that you might want to see instead of starting over from scratch. Let's see, scrolling back up, here's another Facebook post that I did to you know, promo the daily teleseminar that I talked about. So all of this inside of Canva.com to me is about color and texture and the different fonts that you can use. So I'm going to scroll down on this particular Facebook post graphic train and go through. Let's see, I'm going to actually just add a new page, and that's just adding a new blank canvas here inside of the online app so that we can get playing here. And something that's really nice about Canva is they have a library of, you know, different frames, shapes, there's stickers, arrows, all these different things, and you can search. So like if I wanted to put a hat into my graphic, here's a whole bunch of free hat graphics that I can add into my background. He likes the Viking hat, my little boy. So we got the Viking hat in here, but that's just so easy, drag and drop. And when you want to delete those, you click the little trash can and they go away. So just like in the other apps like PicMonkey and Pixlr, you have some free options, and then you scroll on down and you have some paid options, and a lot of these are they're simply $1. So if you really love these little colorful blankets and baskets, you can pay $1 and, you know, have that as part of your saved graphic. So going through the other tabs that are here, here are some pre-made layouts, and these are, you know, usually, let's see if they have a cost associated with them. These I found, these pre-made ones are like $1 each, but something that you can do is drag it over to your blank little canvas here and change the text. Actually, no, I want to change the background picture. So instead of this boat picture and people fishing, which is someone's image that does not belong to me, so therefore I would pay $1 to use it, I can delete that image just by selecting, you know, clicking inside the image and put an image that I have on my computer or one of my own uploads. When you drag images in, it automatically puts it into your uploads. And you can make the image in the background as big as you want it, and of course that's also based on the resolution of the graphic. So again, I just used one of their layouts, deleted their picture that I would need to pay $1 for, and inserted one of my own that I use for myself. Then I really like their font here, so I'm just going to say what I want to say. And again, you just click on the text. You have to find the text sometimes. And it actually if you look up here in the right corner, there's a little blue rounded tab, and that'll tell you if it's saving. It auto saves. So if you have you know, a slow connection, it may take a little bit longer to auto save and get you back into the program, but I found that it's fairly good. So we'll just leave this Superwomen Boat Cruise as living the dream. How about that? But the text is really easy to resize. You just click into the number box here and pick any size. You know, find what works for you, what you like inside the graphic, and you can move the text around just like with any graphics editing program. As far as adding your overlays, you have it inside of your Uploads tab here on the left, and you just drag it over. And here's the really nice transparent background that Cassidy made for me. Thanks. But look, it looks like it is stuck in the back behind the balloons. So what I want to do is bring the balloons or send the balloons to the back. So I find the little bar, and that's not operating. Let me try that again. See, lots of trial and error sometimes. Not wanting to work. So we'll do a different one. Okay, not sure what's happening there, but you can drag and drop graphics into the picture when it decides to work properly. My apologies. So with the graphic that I created for this promo of this Hangout, I used several different elements. I have a background texture, so I'm going to come through here, and let me just delete this one here so I can show you how I built this graphic. So I go to my background tab, and there, again, lots of free pattern backgrounds. You can do some solid colors. So I picked the circular sort of swirl. Not sure you can see it on the Hangout, but when you do get into Canva.com, it's one of my favorite ones to use because it's a very soft and rounded background. I like to change the colors of my background. And you do that just by clicking on the solid colors at the top. So now you can see the swirls. That's pretty cool. And I wanted to include text. So another really cool thing about Canva, you can just click on these add text links up here at the top, and it simply adds a text box. And you can type in your desired text. Got the text box there. And changing the font inside of Canva is very, very easy. You have these, you see the words here on the left side of the darker bar, and you click on the arrow, and it actually gives you a preview of what the text looks like. One of my favorite ones to use is this amaranth. So that gives us a little text there. And then with these pre-made text holders, they call them. Let's see, I grabbed a circular one. This one that said the coffee shop. So I pulled it over. So got my secret toolbox in there. And this little rounded arrow here, that gives you the ability to tilt those text boxes or tilt any sort of images. You can even tilt the plain text boxes up here. So that's something I really like to do, is play with the direction of the text, make it a little different, make it a little interesting. Then, and I actually like the color, I like this orange against the purple, so I'm going to leave that there. And I want to add a little bit more text. So I'm going to go up and add just another text box. Add my Superwomen in here. I'm going to make that really big because we want to represent. And for the Superwomen text inside of the promo graphic, I used Allura, which is up at the top. These are all, in alphabetical order. But again, play with which ones you like. See which ones work for you, what looks best with your graphic, with your style. It's kind of an elegant looking font here. And then I want to, again, put some more text, because we got to say what we are. We're the graphics posse. So I use a little fun font on graphics. Actually, I'll use stencil now. And then let's add another piece of text. And for the promo graphic, I tilted it a bit. So there you go. And there are just an infinite number of ways that you can play with the sizes on your fonts and sizes of your pictures in there. Different colors. To select colors for your different text blocks inside of Canva. There's inside the black bar, there's the pick a color. So you click on the color wheel, and you can pick any color that you like there. Or you can add your own color. So you can come through here and select, move the little slider around, pick a nice green, and it actually gives you a preview. Like if you watch the letters, they're actually changing color as I move on the color wheel. So you can get an idea without having to know this little funky color code that's down at the bottom. That's something you just don't even need to worry about. Just go with what you think looks good. Don't worry about the color code. And then let's change our little Posse here. So there we go. Now I want to put my toolbox in there. Not sure why it's not letting me do the drag the logos in here tonight. Let's see if I can pull it from the graphic above. There's a nice little copy function inside the bar, and do it tonight. I apologize, y'all. Not sure what's going on. But that is how you create a graphic in Canva. And we'll try one more time with the graphic. Nope. So we'll just see if there's another graphic in here we can use. Let's use a Santa hat since Canva graphics are working. And when you pull in the Canva graphics, the watermark will show because it's a paid item. So let's get rid of that one actually. Let's put in the cowboy hat just to give us something to look at instead of the pretty toolbox. So yeah, you can play with the transparency of each of the graphic pieces that you put into Canva. You just want to click on the transparency and then move the slider. So that creates some more interest. And then I'd like to share how I made this little banner here up at the top. It's really simple, and this is something I really like to do on, each of the graphics I put, just because it's a little different. It changes stuff up. I pull a text block over, and I put my text in that I like. Make it the right size to fit in the text block. And then I tilt that text block to make it like a little banner and drag it over. Voila. How about that? So it's pretty gangster. Canva.com is really gangster, and just being able to put a lot of different elements onto one graphic and keep it neat, keep it clean. The way that you get the graphics off of Canva, and I'll go back to our promo image, you come up to the top and there's a download or link button, as well as a Facebook and Twitter share. So those are two social share options. But to get the graphic off of the page and off of Canva.com, click on download or link, and you get a link to all of the graphics that are in this page, and you can also let people edit. So like when I was sending the promo graphic to Layla last night, I was sending her this link with the ability to edit. So she could have gone in and made any changes that she saw, which is really cool, because if you have a lot of people working on graphics, you probably want to have some element of collaboration at some point. So being able to edit is key.
Or if you're like us and you do spelling mistakes.
Yes, like if you do spelling mistakes or
then
time
Terry
mistakes
can
or
just
anything.
go in and she can correct everything, because she's the spelling mistake, grammar mistake queen.
But yeah, so that's a really cool feature and very handy. And then you can also publish your image and it'll simply download it to your computer, or you can use it, download it as a PDF. You can also select which page, which graphic. They call the different graphic blocks pages here in Canva. So like if I only wanted to publish my number 3, which is the white promo graphic with the toolbox, I would type in number 3, and then I would click, publish the image, or publish the link, and go from there. One really awesome thing about Canva that they just announced today is their design school, and I definitely wanted to touch on this tonight. This, if you're starting from scratch and you have never done any graphics before, you're really curious about what looks good, what sort of fonts should you use, what mix of fonts should you use, what colors even, or how many colors you should use in your graphics to be really eye-catching. Because as Layla said in the beginning, we want to use these graphics for our online marketing. And if somebody's scrolling through their news feed and they see your image but they just keep scrolling past it, that graphic may not have been eye-catching enough for that person to stop and really take a look at what you're doing. So we want people to look at what you're doing. And this design school that they just started on Canva.com has all these different tutorials, and they walk you through exactly how to use Canva, the different elements of Canva. So here's like choosing the right fonts, pairing fonts. You see cool graphics from other folks that are like, oh wow, they're mixing fonts together. How do I know which ones look good together? So this is a tutorial that will give you that information. Color relationships. Color can be very, very eye-catching. I'm sure that Lisa will touch on some of this too, and Elizabeth. Just being able to catch people's eye with color and the different color combinations is very, very key. So I encourage each and every one of you to get into canva.com and just start playing around. Go through their design school. It is free. I mean, we love free training, right? So get in here, complete the tutorials, and get creating graphics in canva.com. And that is
woohoo!
Canva.com.
Love it. Amazing. I love Canva. I don't use it enough, but now that I see how easy it is, it's like, why am I not? Where's my camera? Here, I'm back. Okay, let's keep it rolling, because I know that we got some serious. We have like a professional graphics person in the house. See, most of us are just like kind of throwing stuff together, but Lisa has had years of experience in photography and art, and she sees things as an artist, which is sometimes as when we're getting new, like Cheryl was saying, when you're getting into graphics for the first time, you kind of have to train your eye a certain way. So we're really excited that Lisa's going to come out here and share some of her insights as being a graphic designer, being an artist, being a photographer, some ideas for you to start implementing right away. So Lisa, all on you, girl.
Yay! Okay, everybody. I'm so excited to show you my tricks. Can everyone hear me? Good?
Yeah, yep. Okay. We're excited for all of you.
I'm really, really excited to show you guys this. So I'm just going to flip my screen right around so I can dive into my little lesson plan here. And I wanted to just talk a tiny bit about organization, because I think that's a really big part of just being able to function. And so can you guys see Layla now? Okay. So can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, so one of the things about a Mac, of course, is different operating systems. And I am familiar with Windows, and I know that sometimes Windows people kind of maybe are a little jealous of Mac, because Mac is definitely a little more geared towards sort of just like the way the windows move around like this. It just doesn't happen on the PC, okay? And we really have this advantage to being able to have a lot of windows open at once, okay? And what I want to show you is, first of all, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this Picasa downloadable thing that you can have on your desktop. Now, for someone like me who has insane amounts of image files, okay, and I can tell you that I have in the tens of thousands of image files, and I'm not exaggerating, because just in my photography alone, whoops, there's so much stuff. I mean, it just goes on and on and on for all the photography that I do and all the logo making and all the dog shooting. It's just insane. So this is a cool desktop program that kind of keeps you on your, you know, if you're just losing it, it categorizes, it just helps you sort everything, and you can share images on Google, and you can import, and you can do little videos in here. This is a really cool tool. I don't know if anyone's seen it. So it connects to Google, you can sync it to the web, you can do a lot of stuff when you're just in your picture, and there's just a lot of cool little tools inside here. I don't want to max out my computer because it was acting a little weird earlier. And also, I was telling people about today about bandwidth on the computer, and I just want to give you guys just a little quick techie thing. When you're running these graphics programs on your computer, they really do take up a lot of virtual memory. So just be wary of how much clicking and how much you're asking your computer to do, because, you know, in those little web designing programs online, you know, it's different than doing stuff on your desktop. Okay, so this is a free desktop program that you can download, and you can just, you know, look at all these cool things. You can really do a lot just right in Picasa. Okay, so that's one thing. It's organizing and it's editing. It connects to email. It's just a cool program. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to show you guys. And I just use it to find stuff, or you know, maybe switch some files around, just kind of see what's going on in my back room. But this is what your desktop files, where your desktop files are. Now, these little smart windows. You know, if you're on a Mac, like, you know that you have these little windows, but the way that you organize them, as far as how you see your pictures and how you're finding your pictures, is really crucial to how you're going to be functioning over in your graphics designing department, right? So I do a ton of desktop organizing, and I just do as much alphabetizing in my head as I can so I can find things. You know, like, I have my green seahorse stuff is all GS. I have lots of Instagram stuff. I always have Lisa images, so I know that I can go and say, I'm like, okay, I need a little graphics for myself, you know, and I know where everything is, and then look, it's like there's a gazillion pictures of Lisa, okay, and then I just don't even have to think about it. There they are, hundreds and hundreds of pictures of myself, you know, and how you organize your stuff is just going to make your life so much easier. So I am just able to hop around, you know, and I know where stuff is. It's alphabetized. I can go right to Superwomen, and I can just find what I need in seconds, you know, and then I just know. I don't have to worry about it. And then what's cool about this program, too, is that you can sort it in different ways if you're searching. Say you're searching for, you know, something and you remember that you named it something, or say you knew you did something that day, and where was it? You know, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm doing 6 million things on the computer at once, so I don't always remember where I put stuff. So you can just, you know, say you did something just today, and you're like, oh, there it is. Look, that's what I did the last couple of days in the Superwomen Ad Promo Graphics folder. Okay, so and then it's great because you can see how this works. So this is what I'm really excited to show you guys, how I function in Keynote, which is a big part of my graphics and designing. So I've got my files, and Keynote and PowerPoint, I believe, are the same. And let me tell you, this is a lot of really great stuff from Chris Record, who basically completely turned a corner in my graphic stuff when I discovered Keynote, because I really couldn't figure out the Adobe. I just was so complex, and I like those Canva and the PicMonkey, and I love all those things, and I use all of it. But what I love about Keynote is I have a palette going, and I can just go crazy with watch all these cool things I'm going to show you. So in Keynote, you've got a lot of tools, a ton of tools, and the way it lays out is so, like, you can just do all different kinds of layouts, and you can, you know, of course you can create these presentations, but this is the way I use it. Now with Keynote, you can copy and paste into another space, okay? You can size these images up to any size that you want. You can get rid of them on, you know, in a second. Now, the way I created the Superwoman logo, okay, is by piecemealing together different parts. Now, just like what Cassidy was saying, you can go to Google and you can search anything you want. So I would go and I would search for wings, right? I'd find the wings. And then I'm going to show you, you guys both have these really cool background remover tools, but I'm going to show you the one that I use. Okay, so part of my process is I go and I get the images, and if I need to remove the background, because sometimes I don't need to remove the background, but if I need to remove the background, I go to the site called, I'm going to come over here, called clippingmagic.com. And clippingmagic.com is only functional on Chrome, my friends. And I'm like a major Chrome user. Okay, so actually I think they just only created like a paid account. It's like $2 a month, maybe $3 a month, I think. So so you drag and drop your image in here. Obviously, you know, anything that's on your desktop can come right in, okay? And then it's gonna bring it into this little space like this. And then all you do is you've got this green button and the red button. The green button is positive space, so you just give it a little squiggle. And then the negative is negative space. And so wherever you got the checkers, remember Cassie was talking about the checkers, that's your negative background. And then you're done. I mean, how long did that take? And then you just download it. And then what's cool is that now you're going to see it come in. I've got it on my, okay, so there, it just loaded up into my downloads, guys, right? So in your downloads files, you know, are lots of good stuff. Okay, so then watch. All I got to do is go back over here, and then remember I've got my, you know, my smart folder right up here. I got my downloads list right here, and I've got the way that how are you organizing yours at that second? Well, the date that I just added it, oh, what do you know? It's right there. So now what's really cool about the clipping files too is that it always comes up as clipped. So I just create a clipped file in my, you know, on my desktop in my image files, and I have actually I have a clipped file in the Superwoman file, and then I just have a regular clipped file. And if I'm ever like, let me see what all my clipped files are, of course, here's all my clipped files. So check that out. So these are all background, no background files. So now I've got this huge file load of background files. Well, guess what I can do with them? Watch this. Boom, there it goes. So now I can just do whatever I want with that. Okay. Now, for all the different formatting in Keynote, I just want to show you guys. Now, you just start a new slide, and you can just keep these files. Okay, so I have many Keynote files, and it's never going to go away as long as you don't delete it. And you just, you know, play with the elements. Oh, I got to show you this cool thing I figured out. So you can copy and paste from Keynote file to Keynote file. How about that for a very nice trick? And then what's also some great other tools on here are these shape boxes. So again, you know, it's a lot like how in PicMonkey you can change the size of things, but I've just grown very comfortable in here, and I really like having these cells, I'll call them, because I can just go in here, click, copy, you know, I can start, like, I just like to use a lot of different, now this doesn't have a background, so what I would want to do is put this back into clipping, and take away the background. And, you know, again, like, you can just, like, I got rid of that one, so I want to, let's see, maybe I want to, oh, this is something I wanted to show you guys too. So then I could just move these elements around, and then I'm going to show you some font stuff in a second. But the what I do is, you know, and this is all totally sizable. So this is one way to do fonts, is to have, this is from another program, okay, and I brought it in, so I'm going to show you that. But the font thing, I've got to just tell you guys about the fonts, because I really have mad fun with my fonts. So again, you know, you just can do whatever you want with these. Oh, I was going to put it, where was that? Oh, and then I just want to show you, oops, I blew that. So I wanted to show you what I did in here, which was copy. So you're just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and moving things around and sizing things up and just, you know, just having fun. Now, in this image, I just wanted to show you guys, and also you can size things up way bigger if you need to get in on something, okay? This is all separate elements, but check out this great thing that Keynote has. Okay, watch. I need to just, all right. Actually, I need to size it down. Hold on. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, I think I grouped this. You see this? See how it says group and ungroup? I'm going to ungroup. And now what's happened is the grouping that I created has been ungrouped. And all these elements, check this out, are separate. Okay, so this is a little thing I took out of one of the pictures from one of the events. And here's another one, and here's another one, and here's our sweet Layla, and check it out. That's why I have so much fun, because look how much fun you can have with Keynote. And you can just move stuff around and get rid of stuff and size things and, you know, just like party all day with Keynote. Now, let me show you the text thing. Okay. So you click text right on there, and you create what you want. This is one text thing I'm gonna show you, and then it's just like any other text program. You just use your insane amounts of fonts. Now let's talk about these fonts. Your standard programs that you get, like Keynote, come with a set amount of fonts. You can import fonts, guys. This is really a cool trick to know about. This amount of fonts here is an abnormally large amount of fonts, okay? When you have this kind of stuff, you can really go crazy with your graphics, because all of a sudden you can just see the choices right before your eyes and start playing around with now with the font thing, you have to size the actual font with this little tool here. Now check this fun stuff out. You see these guys up here? Style, border, shadow. Drop a shadow, start playing around with some shadows, and then you can just really start, you know, doing some cool stuff. And I'm going to show you this. Why isn't the shadow coming up? Let's do drop shadow. Yeah, there you go. So you can play around with different shadow stuff. You can add a reflection. See the reflection? That's kind of fun sometimes. You can play with the opacity. Somebody was asking about the opacity thing on today, and I was excited to show you how easy the opacity thing is. Of course, you know, you're going to layer stuff. So and putting things in front, right? And you can do that with these little guys up here, okay? And also, you know, you can just pop and stuff. And I really like Keynote because of this aspect here, where I can just, you know, and I don't like that font, so let's do a better font. I mean, the colors also, let me show you a cool thing. So you've got this little guy that pops up, right? And you know, you can adjust things in different ways, whatever's comfortable for you. Like if you're really good with just like, oh yeah, I like that, I use that color. But then once you're there, guys, you can go like this. Okay, you go back to this little guy, and then you even finite it even more. Whoops, I'm not on that anymore. It's like, it sometimes gets confused where you are. But you can really just have loads of fun. Well, you know what I mean. But you can have loads of fun with the color, and you can have loads of fun with the fonts. And if you import your fonts, like you can really, like this is, I think this is the one that we got this logo out of. So Let's put it back into a good, yeah, there we go. And then, you know, you can see, like, you can just go crazy with that. Now, the other thing that I like about Keynote is what I just like, because sometimes, you know, like you do a screenshot, right? So I'll just take a screenshot of something, you know, out of Jing. Hopefully you guys all know about Jing. You just got this little thing in the corner up here. And what's nice about Jing, too, for layouts and stuff, like Cassie and Cheryl were both talking about, you know, templates and stuff. And yeah, templates are really helpful. Now, but you can create your own templates right on Keynote by just customizing your size and going right to that, what is it, 851 or whatever. So you just, you know, see the little marker and it tells you what your little size is, and then, you know, you've got your way to capture that, and then I save it, and then watch what it's going to do. It's going to tell me, and this is how I keep myself organized. I'm just going to pop it right into my file, and I know it's there. So I can just shoot off a Jing capture, and then I can bring it back in. I mean, there's just so many things you can do. Oh, and then the what do you call it? I lost my train of thought. The grouping thing. Okay, so the grouping thing's kind of nice, because what I like about it is, watch. So let's make that a little smaller. I love that font. Isn't that such a funky font? And I'm really having a lot of fun with colors, and I'm going to show you something about colors in a second. So with grouping, right, looks like this is part of that. That's going to maybe group together. But you just do that, and then you group, and then you just copy it, and then you can put it in somewhere else, and then you can ungroup it, and you know what I mean? Like, you just got so much flexibility as far as how you can function, and I just love it. I love the flexibility, and I love, you know, you can just play around with one big font. All right, so I also wanted to show you guys, I've got some image file sources, and I just wanted to talk about that for a second. And Cassidy talked a lot about, she goes to Google and she swipes stuff, and I don't want to be nitpicky about it, but I'm gonna be nitpicky about it, because I want you guys to realize that there are some images out there that are free, and there are images out there that are other people's images. And as an artist, you know, I've really learned a lot about copywriting and just appropriating, which is art term for taking other people's images and utilizing them in your own way. And that's totally cool. Like, if you're taking a kitten and, you know, you're sticking it on a little banner like this, then that makes sense. If you're starting to get into other people's photography and appropriating it for different things, then I think I have a little bit of a problem with that. So I want you guys to just think about, you know, Cassidy's, like, you know, doing different things for other people, and I don't think she's going and taking other people's work and using it as her own. I think she's taking very basic marketing images and she's putting them together as her own pieces, and that, I'm okay with that. But I'm an artist, as you guys know, and one of the things that I'm very aware of, and just kind of, it's a thing that I'm sort of familiar with, is how your imagery, you know, and how you're presenting yourself. Now, obviously, if you're doing marketing for other people, you're dealing with clients and stuff, but if you're marketing things for yourself, you know, you want to be completely original. You want to go that extra mile and take your own photos. I highly recommend people just taking photos all the time. And I do this for my own business. I do this for my own work. Things like this, though, guys, when I'm doing my own graphics for my own business, I go to a Shutterstock site and I buy this image. I utilize my own pieces and I put this together in Keynote. And I am not going to steal this from another website that already is using this image, okay? And I really want, it's like plagiarizing when you're at school, you know? You want to have your own stuff. And if it's not your own stuff, then don't put your name on it and don't claim it as your own. You can post it, like, I didn't make this. Looks like maybe there's even a little signature in there. But I posted it on my page, and that's totally fine. But if I'm promoting something that's my own thing, you guys, and I'm putting my website on it, then guess what? It's going to be my photography, and it's going to be my art, and it's going to be my work. And I just want to really stress that, because as an artist, you really want to portray the sense of uniqueness, and you're not taking away from anybody else. It's all you. And I've started to incorporate my daughter into my marketing, and I'm so excited to be able to do that, and it's just it says something about you and what you're doing. And when you're marketing yourself and you're showing yourself and you're trying to get things going, this has to be you. You can't be like taking flowers from some other website and, go shoot some flowers. Like, how hard is it to go shoot some stuff? Okay, and I'm like I said, I have tens of thousands of images, and I'm not afraid to use them. So just get really creative in your own way. Now, I want to show you this couple other things, and then I will move on to the next lady. When you're doing some designing online, it's really nice to see different combinations and have your eye. Things are pleasing and things are unpleasing. That's how being an artist is. You're trying to sort of see what's going to work. And by seeing what's going to work, you kind of got to see what doesn't work. And there's some great tools out there that are so much fun. I mean, tools like this are just, you could sit on them all day. They have these little swizzle things, and you can do 60 million combinations, and then it even has a thing where it'll set up a website for you so you can actually see the color scheme. So color scheme, it's a handy tool, just like that. I just wanted to show you that little article about it. But and then you can also get, like, if you need a specific color for a website, or somebody asks you, like, a lot of times you're designing a website and it's like, okay, go pick a color. It's like, oh, okay, like, do you know how many colors there are? There's a lot of colors, folks. So these tools can help you figure out color schemes. And I mean, I'm telling you, you can play on this all day. And then check it out. You can go to examples, and it will set up a little website for you. And then you can, like, go back, and you can fine-tune, and you can really, really just, like, play on this. And I encourage you guys, if you're doing marketing and if you're doing, different things, just go and, like, really set something up and be, ooh, really, you get a feeling when you see these colors together. You get a whole vision for it, and you want to be able to. Also, it shows you how you can do different color amounts. You can do, combos. Like I said, you can play on this thing all day. So you got your color scheme, and you've got your, let's go back to, I just want to say one more thing about the graphic imagery. I'm not opposed to taking general sort of background things, but I just want you guys to be really wary of where it's coming from, and you can give people credit. I do that all the time on my blogs. If I take an image, I give the website or the place credit, and that's when it's okay to. It's not plagiarizing, but you're giving somebody, like, the props for putting it together. Because if I'm working on this kind of stuff, guys, and somebody's stealing my ideas, okay, like, here's my awesome new postcard, and I'm really proud of it. I wouldn't want somebody coming along and just appropriating my work. I'd be quite upset. So that is what I want to say, and I also just want to add my last little thing. This is going to be for the bonus, and I know Layla's going to talk about that. And this is a font tool. Now, this is a really, really cool tool, and if you guys do your homework, I'll give you the source for this tool. And what it does is basically you create your font, your type rather, and then you start playing around with it, and it's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, this pretty much can, like, change it all. It's just got beyond amounts of tools, and then you get your fonts going, and you just get your sizes going, and you've got, like, choices galore. Oh, this is so cool thing. I mean, you can insert all these different textures you can make amazing buttons. See down here, it's got this little, sorry if it's not big enough. Let me make it bigger. Hold on. It's got this amazing, couple amazing things. You have these little cells, and you can layer, and you can create buttons really easily in this. So you set up your, and of course it's the same thing where you're going to arrange, you know, whether it's in the background or not. But these buttons, guys, like, this is the coolest thing. Check this out. So this is how I made the buttons on the, what do you call it, on the site that you're looking at right now. This is how I created the button for the Superwomen. So, so there's a layers panel, right? Show layers panel. So you can see how you can move the layers around. And there's just like, you know, you don't need to fuss about it. And then you get all these cool, and then you can take that away if you don't want it. You just be like, remove, you know. So it's really flexible tool, and you just, down here is kind of where you block stuff out, and then you size things. And then also, this is super awesome because this is how I added my fonts, is in here. Okay, so I managed my fonts in here. I added amazing amounts of font files, and look at all these fonts that I have, and I can just go through, right? And if I like something, then I either download it. It's got a great little download button right here, export, and it turns it right into a PDF. Let me, I mean, you can just go crazy with this tool. So if you do your homework and give us a, again, you can play on these tools all day, you guys, and I could too, and I don't want to take up any more time because I want to hear what our other fabulous superwomen have to share. And hope you enjoyed that.
Woo! Awesome. Okay, so that I really have to play around with Keynote, and it looked so easy when you were doing it, but I have a feeling that it's going to take me a little bit of adjusting, but definitely worth it with some of the features that you can use. And I know that you are the font queen, so I want that bonus. Who else wants that bonus? Fonts
Do you
are
like
so
that
awesome.
font tool?
Yeah.
Font tool?
I'm all about it. I want that. I love all this stuff. This is great. This is like a techie's dream. Okay, so let's go over to Elizabeth over there, who is put together some awesome stuff for us as well. She always puts, if you're in the Facebook group, she always puts her awesome graphics up to inspire us and make us, you know, think outside the box and make us, you know, have that moment of motivation and inspiration. And her graphics are awesome. So, Elizabeth, come on out here. I know we're running a little bit over, but that's okay. We definitely don't want to miss out on what you've got.
Okay, so.
I don't think I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, let me see what I can do here with the screen share. So where am I going? Screen share.
The little green button.
So let me go to my entire screen. And hopefully this works. This is the first time I'm doing this.
Woohoo! We can see your
Can you
screen.
see anything? Can you see?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Can you see my iPad screen?
Yeah. Well, wait.
Okay.
Is it that one in the middle? Yeah. I can see your iPad screen. I can see it perfectly.
Okay,
Cool.
All right, cool. All right, darlings. So my biggest thing is obviously Photoshop, but I don't want to get into Photoshop because that is extremely complicated. So my next best thing is iPad apps or iPhone apps or whatever. So the one thing that I want to share before I do the iPad screen is my little presentation thing that I did here for you guys. So before we get into the apps, and I'm going to go through this really quickly, and it's funny that Lisa showed this, the royalty-free images as well. I see that she had more file which is great. These are great little places where you can go get your images without having to worry about the copyrights and all that other good stuff. So these are just some simple ones that you can go check out, which is morefile.com, unsplash.com, publicdomainarchive.com. And I wanted to share this at the very end, but then I said, you know what, let me just give it to you right now. Go get number 5. It's pixelscrapper.com. This is my little secret weapon that I use for every little graphic that I make, just in between. This is something where you can download digital, like free digital images, where you can add them to, you know, your Canva, to the PicMonkey thing. This is one of those like really cute little secret weapon things that work for every type of graphic software that you can use, whether it's Photoshop or whether it's the other software. So this is just something that's really, really cool to have in your back pocket. Number one thing for you guys to have. And okay, so my apps, I'm going to go through this fast because I know that Miss Leila has to come up too. So the apps that I absolutely adore are WordSwag, A Beautiful Mess, Repix, Rookie, and TypoPic. But TypoPic's a little bit hard to get into, so I think I'm not going to go into that one too much. Maybe I'll go into that another day. But this is what they look like in the App Store. WordSwag is $2.99, but it's so worth it. A Beautiful Mess is 99 cents, which is so worth it. Repix is free, Rookie is free, and TypoPic. TypoPic is a 3D app, so it just distorts the text and it makes it look like it's coming out of the image, which I think it looks pretty cool, especially if you're sharing your images on Instagram or Facebook or Google Plus or wherever you're sharing your images. It just kind of gives it that little extra oomph and makes everything look a little bit more like you really spent a lot of time on the image, but you really didn't. And for the Google Play people, I went and looked up the dupes for WordSwag would be LetterFX, which is free. For TypoPic, it's Font Studio, which is also free. Beautiful Mess is 99 cents, and then Repix and Rookie are also free in the Google Play Store. So, you know, that way you guys can play around with the apps too. I don't know too much about Google Play because I don't have any Android devices, but I know that they work really, really well. Okay, so let me get into WordSwag. WordSwag is my absolute #1 go-to app, like forever. It's just the one app that I can go to if I'm not going to go on Photoshop. I'm going to just do everything here really quick. Now what you're looking at on my screen is just basically what it looks like when you're jumping on it. So the first screen is just, you know, uploading your image. You can take a picture and then upload it, or, you know, choose from their backgrounds or choose from your camera roll or photo stream or whatever. And then on the next screen, this is something really cute and techy, but not really, which I want to go onto the photo on the screen share. So let me get onto it. Is it working or is it not working? It's not working. Why is it not working? Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. Hold on a second. I apologize. Oh, really? Not working.
Don't you have to do it on your iPad?
Yes, I'm trying to do
Oh, I thought you were trying to click it. I'm like, I don't think you can click it.
Let me, give me just 1 second. Let me see if I can, maybe I just have to.
Looks like it went to sleep.
Yeah, it might for a second. But WordSwag is the one app that is like your go-to app, just because it's so fast and so easy. You can upload basically any background. It comes with a gajillion like backgrounds inside within the app already. So, you know, even if you don't have a background handy to upload, it's already there. So it's one of those things where it's just right here. Give me one second. Well, like I can't like think and talk at the same time. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I was really looking forward to sharing my screen. It's not working. Okay, wait. Let me try one more time, and if it doesn't go through, then I'll just go through the.
That's my sad face.
All right, one second. All right, here we go. It's working. It's working. It's working. Really nice. All right, it's gonna go. 1, 7, 4, 10. Sorry, guys. Come on, come on. Okay, here we go. Can we see this? All right, so with word swag, all right. Word swag, let's see, open up. So you're gonna take, for example, I'm just gonna take a basic background. So we're gonna go with something sparkly. And it's not coming up. Come on. Really? Obviously, it's not going to work for me today. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. This just is not. Oh, okay, wait. Maybe. Okay, let's try this again. All right. No, we're good. All right. Okay, so you take your background image, and this is what you're gonna see is the double tap made to change the text. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna double tap it, and you're going to change the text. So we're gonna put super, and you're gonna save to close. And from here, it's just very basic. You can change the font to all these cool different fonts and color schemes that they give you. You can invert it, which really looks cool too when you can invert it, and it'll come out like that. The background, it'll take the background completely out, and it'll just take the middle part of the background color into the actual font. So that's a pretty cool little trick that I just learned today. But with the fonts, you can change them up, and you can change out the layout of the font. So you can basically make any image look really cool and really wild without really having to do too much. It almost makes it look like you were on Photoshop for hours fixing images, but you really weren't. And just upload them. And the wonderful thing, the thing I like about WordSwag is that you can re-swag the image. So if you already found a way to add the text or whatever, and you like how it is, but the thing is you can't go back and add more text to it to this particular image. So you have to click done, and then just wait, and then if you're happy with the image, then you can go and say, share it to your social media. But if you really want to go back and play around with it some more, you go back and you double click the text, and then you go and you erase, and then you put whatever else you want to add to it. Save and close, and then you bring it down, and then you can just keep adding. You can re-swag this image as many times as you want until you're absolutely happy with it, and then go and save it and then share it to your social media sites or whatever. And that's the beauty of it, is that you can just change the fonts as many times as you want, change the color, whatever. Let's just leave it like that. And then you just click done, and then it saves automatically to your camera roll, and then you can go and save it to whatever social media site you would like to go to. The other one that I do want to share with you really quick is A Beautiful Mess. I love this app to pieces. This one is so fun because this one you can click your image. You can do a solo image or you can do a collage. And I like to do the collages only because they're different and they're fun to do every once in a while. So you can add. Why isn't this working? It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. You can't see this. Can you see this? No, you can't see it.
No, we still see that folder.
Girl, this is not happening.
You and that iPad, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. Forget the iPad for a moment. Then, oh, you know what? Then let's go to the slides instead. Forget the iPad. Okay, so A Beautiful Mess, like I was saying, what it does is you can have a solo image or you can do a collage. And what I like about it is that you can have any background layout of what are they called? The collages. You can have them in hearts and stars and in boxes. There's just so many different ways that you can add your backgrounds. They've got backgrounds, colors. You can crop your images. When you get to after you upload your image, you can add different filters, borders, doodles, text, little extra little doodle things on your pictures. I mean, it really makes the pictures come out like stunning. And it's just one of those apps where you really just play with it. You play with it and you play with it, but it's so simple that it's like anybody can use it. It's not one of those things where like, oh my God, like how do I use this application? But I'm really bummed that I can't show you because that's what I was looking forward to, was to like show you how to do it with the screen share, but it's just not doing it. Okay, and the other #1 app that I really suggest that you all get is Repix. Repix is so fun because it has filters. It's got these like fun little pens that you can add all these like cute little those little bubbles on them, the little stars. You can make the image look like it's cracked. You can add graffiti to it. You can add stars. You can add these glowy lines to it. I mean, this is one app that is free, and when it comes inside the app, it comes with, I believe, 8 or 9. I think it's 8 pens already, and then the extra ones are 99 cents for a set of 4 each. So I think I have practically all of them, but I think I don't have the blurred filters, which I really don't need. But it's just a fun app. You can change the filters, you can change the backgrounds, you can make it into frames, you can crop them. They crop just about to any size for all of your social media sites. You can change the opacity, the transparency, which is the same thing. And that's practically it, what Repix does. But once you get it, it's addicting. You just want to keep playing with it and just playing with it continuously. And then the final app that I also adore is Rookie, which Rookie is basically an app that you can change the way in which the font is laid out. So you can basically make a basic white font come out and pop out with like a bunch of different colors. So you can have like a background of black and then overlay it with white, or you can distort it, make it wider, smaller. You can keep adding to the image. It's almost like WordSwag, but it's all in one app. You don't have to keep going back and forth, closing it and saving it. It just does it all at once. It has really cool background textures. It's just it's an everything app. It's kind of hard to explain without me showing it because I really wanted to show you how to do it. But you can create three-dimensional images with it. You can create shadowing, different shades, texture. It's just one of those everything apps where you can do basically everything in it and not have to send anything on it either. And that's practically it. TypoPic was the one that I really wanted to show you, but I can't I can't show you because it's not functioning properly. But my number one little secret weapon was definitely sharing the what's it called, Pixel Scrapper. This one is so much fun because what they do is they create the images inside of Photoshop, and you can basically take any background and save them as a JPEG or a PNG and upload them to whether you're using Photoshop or you're using Canva or you're using PicMonkey, and you can use all these really fun shapes and really add to your images. You know, the more creative you are with your images, and the more you stand out on your own with your images, and not look so much like everybody else, what everybody else is doing. That's what creates the engagement. That's what people want to see. People want to see, oh, well, what makes her picture so different than the other pictures that everybody else is doing? So overlapping of images, the playfulness that you use with your fonts, I think that's what brings out your personality within the pictures, and that's what makes people want to stay and hang out with you wherever you are. So that's my little spin on it, and I'm just so frustrated that it didn't work, this screen share. I was looking forward to sharing that with you guys.
Technology doesn't always agree with us. We just we keep it rolling. Thanks so much, Elizabeth. You know, those apps are awesome, and there's a ton of different apps out there that you can be using to create collages or to do doodles or to do effects. You just have to find what you like, what gels with you. We just want to give you you know, a couple ideas to get you started. I wouldn't suggest go and, you know, do all of this. I would definitely suggest honing in on a couple of these strategies until you can really create some awesome graphics and just keep growing and expanding and expanding and expanding. Awesome work, Elizabeth. Thanks so much. Actually, word swap is like word swag is my thing. Totally love it. So okay, it's like 11:30. So I'm going to just show you guys a couple things quickly. Quickly. So I was going to show you guys my two favorite apps. Here you guys can see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see my iPhone there? That's my iPhone. I love my iPhone. So I'm a huge advocate for mobile marketing. I like to be able to create stuff when I'm at the mall, when I am, you know, waiting at the doctor's office, when Toby's driving me around. You know, I like the fact that I don't have to be in front of my laptop to create awesome stuff. So there's a couple things that I want to show you, and we'll just do it right now. Maybe I won't. Okay, let me go quickly to your assignment. Let me go into full screen mode here. So I want you to create a graphic for your next Hangout topic. And if you're saying to yourself, well, I don't have a Hangout, then it is time that you scheduled one. Now is the time. Stop delaying. Stop getting ready to get ready. Just get on a stinking Hangout and share some of this incredible value that you've been collecting in your brain over the last however many months or weeks or days you've been building your business online. I know that you've learned something new today. I know that you probably learned something new yesterday. So go out there and share what you're learning. Get on a Hangout. If you don't know what to do, if you've never done one before, plug in with your accountability partner. If you don't have an accountability partner, then make sure you plug into the boot camp, the 7-day boot camp within our Facebook group, our free community that is there to help you grow, to help you, do things like find an accountability partner, to have women to work with, to have women to support you and love on you and show you the way when you're brand new. So click your accountability partner. Connect with your accountability partner and schedule a Hangout. I want it within the next 7 days. No 2 weeks away, no, none of this. I'll do it in December. In the next 7 days, you are doing a Hangout. You are training on something that you've learned, whether it's something in the boot camp, something over the last 4 sessions of our Hangouts, something in a course that you bought, something in a blog that you read. You are sharing something that you've learned. create a graphic. So I don't care which strategy you use, I don't care which apps, I don't care if you use Canva, I don't care if you use WordSwag, whatever you're using, create a graphic. And then I want you to share it underneath the thread in the Facebook group for other women, not only so that we can see your awesome graphics and we can all be inspired and, you know, showing people that you don't have to be a graphics techno wizard to create cool graphics that engage people, but also to get these women on your Hangouts so that we can all, you know, support each other and be there for each other and learn from each other, since you're going to be teaching us something awesome. So where is the thread? Over here in the Facebook group, Superwoman Connection. If you're not plugged into the Facebook group, I don't know what you are thinking. So first of all, right here at the top, this is our 7-day boot camp. So you'll see on day 3, the be accountable. Get your accountability partners. Link up with women. I am telling you, every single woman on this panel will tell you for certain that having an accountability partner pushed them further and made them, you know, held them accountable. We need people to hold us accountable because life happens, and I'm telling you, I know that for firsthand. So here's the thread. If it gets mixed up or if it gets lost, all you need to do, go into the photos and go check it out under Live Thursday Hangouts. So in our albums. If you ever get lost in the Superwoman group, just go to the albums and it will get you in the right direction. So right here under this thread, you're going to post your graphic. If you don't know how to post a graphic, it's right there. Attach a photo. And you can also do that from your phone. So I want you to upload your graphic right in as a comment and share your Hangout so that we can all be a part of it. If you have a link or if you have a YouTube channel where the Hangout's going to be playing, make sure you post that so that we can all give you lots of thumbs up and comments. Awesome. So I am going to save my app. This is one of the apps that I use. It's a bonus. I'm going to save it for everyone that actually does their assignment. So if you do your assignment, I'm going to share with you this app. It's something that I've used pretty frequently when I have any kind of screenshot results that I want to share. So if I'm on my phone and I get you know, a notification or I get a text message that I just made a sale and I am, you know, at the beach, then I'll take a screenshot and I'll share a story about how my business is building while I'm at the beach. So let me show you guys. Let me see if I can find anything here. Look at this crazy wall. Oh, can we just stop there for a second? Oh, okay. Frick, I should have just went to the top. All right, let me just go to the top so I can show you. And you probably have seen one of my team members who blows this app up all the time, and her name's Erica, because she always has these crazy stats. She has like 1 million emails saying that she had commissions come in, or she has a brand new team member. All the time she's posting these screenshots. Where the heck is it? Wall photos. Oh, mobile uploads. Maybe it's here. Gazillion pictures on Facebook. Here we go. Okay. So this is an image that I created just for my phone. I was in the bath, and it just allows you to draw attention. So if I'm taking a screenshot of my emails, I'm taking a screenshot of my commissions, taking a screenshot of new members joining my team, this is the stuff you want to be talking about. You want to be promoting your promotions. So here I'm actually talking about a video that's going live on our fan page and getting everybody to go to our fan page. These are the kind of things that you want to be creating content for. You want to be creating graphics. So if I could just, you know, screenshot my phone and put it up there, but it wouldn't have the same impact as if it, you know, I added the text and the circles and the arrows. And you can do this with a lot of different apps. Actually, some of the apps that we've shown you tonight, you can do this with as well. But I just have my favorites, right? And what works for me, what are my go-to ones, and I want to share this one with you because my team member, let me pull up Erica for a second. Hope she doesn't mind. But if you see her, look, she's just always using this. Here you can see she talks about her new team members that are getting signed up, and I'm pretty sure we could probably find some more. of her amazing team that is always duplicating like crazy, and she uses it all the time. Another person joined her team from down under. Love it. Okay, cool. So that is your bonus. I'm going to share with you how to do that when you complete your assignment. All right, let me come back to you. Back to you. Okay. All right, ladies, it has been a long webinar. We appreciate you hanging in there, but I know that you are super stoked to go out there and create your graphic, create your topic for your Hangout in the next 7 days, and post your amazing graphic to promote it. And it's definitely going to change the way that your page is represented, because it's all about your brand, right? It's all about what people feel or experience when they see your posts. You know, is it something that they've seen a million times, or is it something unique? Like Elizabeth said, you know, are you taking those extra steps to make it look a little bit different, to make it stand out? And these are all skills, all tools. Most of them were free, that you can use to make your stuff really stand out. So I'm excited to see you ladies implement it. Make sure if you're watching this and you just stumbled on this amazing training, that you reach out to a Superwoman, you get plugged in with the Superwoman Facebook group, and you come on the inside, because this is just like scratching the surface of the incredible knowledge that is in this community and within these women. This is actually only like a small fraction of our graphics posse, so we've got some awesome ladies that really crush it with graphics. So make sure that you guys plug in with the Facebook group, the community, get your accountability partners. I can't stress that enough. If you haven't gone through the 7-day boot camp, do it now. Don't wait till the morning. Don't wait till tomorrow. I don't even care if you haven't got started. Put your name in that thread and get an accountability partner now. And they will hold you accountable to get your freaking boot camp started. And that's the awesome thing, how it works. So Layla Black and our amazing graphics posse signing out for tonight. We appreciate you. We love you. We know you guys are going to go crush it with all this information. And that's just how we roll. You know, we want to share exactly what we know, so that you can use it for your business. There's no secrets here. When we find something that works, we dial it in and we share it with you. So make sure you plug into our boot camps or to our Hangouts next Thursday. We have some awesome topics. Actually, I'm going to be posting some new graphics in the Facebook group so that you guys can see what's coming up in the Hangouts to come over the next couple of weeks. Some awesome sauce in the house for you. So ladies, peace out. I really appreciate you guys being here. You're so awesome. Amazing.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Love you.